state can be triggering, especially if you've had some traumas before the move, anytime before the move, it can definitely trigger that as well. Of course, I'm Tonetta Clay, your social worker and your coach here. Of course, like I said, definitely welcome to the video today. Before I get started, please make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. And if you, of course, click that notification bell to receive all the videos that upload from here on out. And of course, go back and watch the other ones too. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. And like I said, this is a daily vlog, so I'm not teaching, well, teaching scripted, not scripted stuff, but just teaching things, I guess I put it that way. But I'm talking more about, of course, my journey and different things like that. So, like I said, if this is something that you, of course, enjoy, definitely make sure again that you subscribe. And if you know somebody that's looking to move out of state, or they have already moved out of state but they're struggling, please definitely share this with them, because like I said, moving out of state can definitely be a trigger for you. So let me tell you what happened to me. Of course, like if you hopefully you saw the vlog on yesterday when I was talking a little bit about this already, and I was just talking about, of course, we moved. I'm 47. How am I? 47, 47 and a half years old. I'll be 48 this later on this fall. But I lived in St. Louis, Missouri, for what the first 45 years of my life, 45 plus a month of my life. And of course, we've been down here in southern Arizona for it'll be 2 years next week, actually. So, and of course, like I said, my partner and I were talking the other day. Of course, just trying to clear the air on some things and get some things out, and we're working on our relationship and that kind of thing too, because some things had broken down in the process of not just the move, but of course his daughter. Then, of course, about several months later, moving with us, and we're going through different challenges and things with her, and it's just been a whirlwind, y'all. And I know y'all may have seen, hopefully, some of the videos that I've done throughout the last year or so, 2 years maybe, about some of the things that's been going on. But like I said, if you haven't, go back and watch those videos. Feel free. But like I said, anytime that you have in any relationship, anytime that usually kids come into play, um, things can of course go haywire. It's not the kid's fault. I guess I put it that way. Well, she's a teenager, so I guess some of the responsibilities are her as well. But like I said, it can definitely take your relationship for a loop. And like I said, he and I, of course, are currently working on different things in the relationship and having more in-depth and hard conversations and that kind of thing, to, of course, like I said, to bring some things out. And like I said, one of the things that we talked about was about the move out of state. He was letting me know that he felt like he was the cause of that he made me move out of state. Like I told him, you made me move anywhere. I'm a grown woman for one, but you made me move anywhere. But of course, some of my attitude and some of the things I'm pretty sure that I said probably caused him to feel that way. Because of course, like I said, we moved from St. Louis, and of course, we were in my apartment there. And when he came back to St. Louis, he didn't have a lot of things with him after the divorce and that kind of thing as well. But like I said, a little while later, we had, I don't know how many, year or two, whenever it was. I don't have the dates right now, y'all. I'm bad with dates, but sometime after, I'll put it that way, we had moved in together. And the place that we moved from, like I said, that was the apartment that I had, and it was, of course, my belongings, and of course he had belongings there, and he had bought stuff there as well, and that kind of thing too. So it was kind of like a mesh of things, but the majority of it was mine because, of course, I had all the stuff already. Well, not all the stuff, but some of the stuff already. And of course, like I said, just moving, that whole process. Of course, I've always wanted to move out of state and move away from St. Louis, and I used to say that back when I was young, and I didn't know how to do it back then. But now we have the internet and all that kind of stuff. Of course, I know it now. But I didn't have anybody that I can actually just talk to about how you move out of state, or how's that process, what do you do, that kind of thing. I've done it now, of course. I know the process now. And of course, I didn't realize at the time, of course, I was so upset and so attached to my belongings. All the stuff, I guess, because I know we have a lot of stuff, y'all. All of us can, of course, pack up on some things and keep some things in the house, and the nostalgic things and stuff like that, of course. And I was, of course, just in, like I said, to me, just being traumatized, I guess, with all the stuff. I didn't sell anything. I gave everything away, of course, but and I know now that, of course, I had to do those things. Of course, nobody's gonna be renting a big giant 18-foot truck to move all this stuff when we can just buy this stuff once. Well, I guess like the sofa and the beds and stuff like that once we got down here in Arizona. And like I said, at the time, I didn't realize all those things had to take place. And of course, like I said, I was definitely sad. Of course, he knew that I was sad, and I was Cried some days because, like I said, some of the stuff I was getting rid of was stuff that I had for years. And I'm the kind of person, of course, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, of course, there was a lot of things that I had for years that wasn't broke because I wasn't fixing it. I guess I put it that way. But like I said, definitely he thought, well, and like I said, some of the things that I'm sure that I said, of course, that I want, because I want to move to a different state actually. So, we actually had what, three places we were looking to move into, or move to, three states we were looking to move to, and I wanted to actually go to Texas. And like I said, we had the conversation the other day, and he was saying that he thought it was his fault because we moved here to Arizona instead of going to Texas where I really wanted to go, and that kind of thing. And like I said, we had a whole conversation about it. But like I said, in all that conversation, all the stuff that we talked about, and all the things that we, of course, discussed and brought up and brought to light and that kind of thing, like I said, it got me to realizing and talking about how traumatized I was, or how my trauma from the past, of course, affected the move. And he knows, of course, about my past. We've already had that conversation years ago and that kind of thing too. But when I was younger, of course, my parents were on drugs, and we got evicted. I think evicted meaning that we got put out of our apartment because of like no they weren't paying the rent, that kind, which we had the lights off and all that kind of stuff too in the past too. But like I said, we've gotten, when I was growing up as a kid, I think it was I want to say two or three times we got put out of apartments, like I said, because their drug habits. That's all they were looking to, of course, feed and that kind of thing. The rent wasn't really that much of a concern. I guess I put it that way at certain points to my parents. But like I said, definitely all those times that, of course, we got evicted and those kind of things, it felt like it was happening when we actually moved, because of course all my stuff that I had to give it away. I lost a lot of things, that kind of thing. And like I said, it just took me back to all those times that we had got, which I didn't know we were getting evicted, I guess, at first, until I was, of course, older and could understand what was going on. He didn't pay the rent, my dad didn't pay the rent, or that's why we had to move with so and so or move somewhere else. I didn't know that as a kid, so I was coming home one day from school and we're going to stay with somebody. I just thought we were just going to stay just to stay. I had no idea we were actually put out, because I was in grade school, so I didn't know. But like I said, as I got older, I started to understand that. But within all that, I lost everything that I had, besides maybe like I don't think we even had probably like some bags of clothes, maybe a few bags of clothes, but everything else I had, my stuff, the stuff that I loved, the stuff that I, of course, had in my room and all that kind of stuff, all that stuff was thrown away and gone, or set out on the front porch or the front yard and gone. Because of course, when you're evicted, they don't keep your stuff in the apartment. They have to. The sheriff comes to move it all out. I know that as an adult now, because I'm a social worker, so I know all how that process goes. But like I said, all those times that I had that happen, when we moved here, it just reminded me of those times that I had happened when we were evicted and that kind of thing. And it brought up all those emotions and all those feelings. And oh my God, I have to give up all my stuff again, this kind of thing. And that's what I was explaining to him the other day. Like I told him, it wasn't his fault or anything else. Like I told him, that's all on me. That's my trauma, and which I know he helps me through things too, which is very dandy, very fine. I love that about him. But like I told him, those were things that I went through that I know that affected part of this movement. That's why I was saying the things I said and was all upset about. Well, I wasn't upset about the move itself, but just upset about my stuff being. I had to get rid of my stuff because we couldn't bring everything with us. No way. We only had the one truck we have, and of course one of those little U-Haul trailer things on the back. That's all we can, of course, fill those things up, and that's all the stuff that we can, of course, bring with us. So nothing big, just our clothes, dishes, I mean, stuff like that, like small stuff, TV and books and all that kind of stuff. That was really about it. And like I told him, that it wasn't anything that he did, it wasn't on him at all. Those, like I said, those things were on me. Like I told him, I know now, as looking back at it, which I did apologize for some of the things I said as well, and making him feel like he was the reason why I had to give up all my stuff, and he didn't have to give up anything and that kind of thing. And like I said, we had that whole conversation. And like I told him, this is the trauma that I went through as a kid is all resurfacing. I guess I put it, all have resurfaced at that point. And I, of course, since we've been here, like he said the other day, I have not settled into this place yet at all. And like I said, it will be 2 years next week. So I still call back home, St. Louis. I still call it going home, or our home, or that kind of thing. I haven't called here home yet at all. I know I have to start working on those things, because I know that this is our new home now here in Arizona. So it's not going to be. Of course, we'll go back to visit far as I know, we're not moving back, that kind of thing. But like I said, we'll definitely go back and visit. But I know this is my home now, where we're staying and where we're building a life and creating our life. And no matter what we went through with the kids and that kind of thing, it doesn't matter about that. What matters is that we're the adults and we're of course building a life here, and this is our new home. I guess I put it that way. And like he was saying, which I didn't even think about that until he said that. I'm like, I haven't, because usually I'm referring to St. Louis going, I guess, back home, and he never said anything up until this week. But like I said, he was that's how I always referenced it. And I know that, of course, I can't say it was traumatizing, but it did bring up past traumas. And I know that's something that I need to, of course, heal from. I guess I put it that way as well, because I know that any other place that I move to, that's to a different state or to a different country, because I will love to do that one day. Um, I'm going to have to leave stuff too. I'm not going to be able to take everything with me. And like I said, I made this video because I know there are some other folks out there who are looking to move and looking to, of course, move state to state and that kind of thing, or country to country, or that, which is definitely fine and definitely dandy. But if you have any traumas like I had, like the evictions and losing all my stuff and that kind of thing, just know that that may resurface. Those feelings, those thoughts, those emotions may resurface once you do get in the process of the move. And it could, of course, linger on after you move as well, to cause some, like I said, different emotions, different thoughts and feelings, and that kind of thing. And like I said, that's something that I'm working through at this time. But like I said, the moving out of state can definitely bring up, like I said, I guess be triggering, and it definitely was for me. And I didn't realize that when you move out of state, or when some people, I can't say everybody, but when I moved out of state, because it's my story and my journey, but excuse me, when I moved, I didn't realize that I was going to have these kind of emotions at all. I never realized that. Yes, I know that when you move into a different place, of course, you got to change some things about yourself. Otherwise, it's going to still be the same stuff. I understand all that because, of course, as a coach and a social worker, I mean, for decades, I know that, trust me. But I just didn't realize that the emotions that I had behind the leaving my stuff and the not calling this place home, I had no idea how heavy that was actually, or how much that weighed in my mind and my heart and my soul. I had no idea, like I said, until this week. When like I said, when we had the conversations about things, I'm just like, oh my goodness. And like I said, I know this is something that I definitely have to work on, and I'm currently working on now, I guess to put it that way. And I possibly may get I'm looking into, because I had therapy a long time ago, back when I was in college. I guess half my life ago, over that actually. But and I was looking at, probably because I know we have EAP at work, and if you work a job, some jobs or most jobs have the employee assistance program, where you can get, of course, a few free therapy sessions, or different things that you may need for yourself and your family. And I was thinking about just scheduling a few sessions, like I said, so I can talk this out more with the therapist. And yes, I know I'm a coach and a social worker, and I have all this background, but I still need somebody besides me and besides my partner, because he already knows me, that's non-biased to, of course, like I said, to talk these things out with, just in case they have a different perspective than what I have, or different tools that I can use this time as well. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, I just had no idea that all these emotions were, like I said, causing sort of a rift in our relationship too, over the last year and a half or so. And like I said, that's something that he brought up, and I was like, I had no idea that he felt that I blamed him for that. But like I said, we had that conversation. We're working on it right now, and that kind of thing. And I'm working on the guess the triggering and that kind of thing as well. And of course, getting out of the house more, of course, joining groups and that kind of thing too, because I know that was part of the problem as well. We have no support system here, no family. He knows a few people, I think, up in the Phoenix area or somewhere, I don't know, in Arizona. And I've met one of the couples and some of the other folks that he knew several months back when they came to visit. But we don't have any kind of support system here. And like he and I was discussing, we both need to get the heck up out this house and join something, do something, find a support system, find a friend group, do something. So like I said, that was another thing that and he was looking to, but I know I found some meetups and some stuff on Meetup, and I found another group, of course, to join, and they have some activities coming up that we're going to be going out to as well. So like I said, we both need, because we don't have that. We're just, of course, in work mode, and I guess just work mode every day since we've been here. And of course, when his daughter came about a year ago, we've had some issues, and she's a teenager, so you can, of course, just guess what kind of issues we've been having with the boys and the girls and friends and all this kind of stuff going on. And some, of course, behavioral issues too. I guess most teens, I'm sure, have all those types of things going on. So, of course, like I said, we haven't even had time to take a breather for ourselves to even get things in order. I guess I put it that way. since you've been here, we had to move to a bigger apartment too, I guess to accommodate her, make sure she had her own room, that kind of thing. So we've just been a whirlwind of stuff. Like I said, there's been a lot of stuff in the last year, almost 2 years, to get adjusted to. And like I said, I haven't got adjusted fully to this place yet. Yes, I love being here and that kind of thing, but like I said, I just didn't realize that all the triggers and the different things that were happening, I didn't realize how much it affected me, y'all. And like I said, that's why I'm doing this video, because I know somebody else out there is looking to, of course, move, and which is fine. Like I said before, go ahead and do it, but just know that sometimes it can bring up some different emotions and triggers and things that you haven't healed from, or things that you hadn't even thought about over the years that really you didn't even think was even going to bother you when you did move. I didn't think none of this stuff was going to bother me. Had no idea. But like I said, definitely I know now. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, those are things that I have to work through. And I'm looking down here, and I want to say thank you all too. Is it Ad, Sergio, Scott, GN, Classic Gamer, and Bridget? Thank you all for tuning in too. I hadn't said that, but I saw you all popping up and leaving messages. Thank you all for tuning in as well. And Bridget, you said you're facing the same situation, scared to make the move. I understand that. It wasn't that I was scared to make the move. It was the me feeling like I had to give all my stuff away in order to make the move. I guess I put it that way. Because of course, when we moved, all we had was our small SUV, and a little trailer thing on the back from U-Haul. So of course, we couldn't take every single thing that I had or he had or whoever else had with us. And that just reminded me, took me back to all the times I was evicted as a kid with my parents, and all my stuff was gone. I didn't have this. And like I said, that was something that I didn't expect. And I'm not sure if that's a situation that you've had, or any kind of trauma that you've had in the past like that. But just know and understand that some of those childhood things that we've been through, it of course can affect you when you're moving and when you're doing other things as well. And Bridget, I hope that I didn't. This is my first time ever moving anywhere. We'll be here almost 2 years now. It'll be next week 2 years. I was in St. Louis all my life up until 2 years ago. Well, year and a half. Well, 2 years ago. Lived there all my life. I'm 48. How am I? Lord, I keep saying 40. I'll be 48 in September. So I'm 47 now. And like I said, definitely just living in St. Louis all my life, a little bit over 45 years. Yeah, I have some fears to move and that kind of thing. I was going to do it anyway because I've always wanted to move, and experience something different. But I hope you don't let that fear hold you back. Hopefully, Bridget, you'll keep, like I said, keep on going. Go ahead and make that move, but just know that you will have some. You may have, like I know me and you are different, but I had some other experiences and that kind of thing in my life, and I'm not sure what you had, but I hope that you still make the move to of course let yourself know that you can do it. You can push through that fear. Trust me. I push through it. I push through it all the time, and I'm sure you've pushed through it on something. I guess some type of situation that you've had. I'm sure you pushed through the fear as well. So don't let that stop you. Like I said, definitely keep on going. I know I can only say that out my mouth, but of course you have to do the actions. But like I said, hopefully you'll still go ahead and make that move and not let that fear hold you back, because you never know what's on the other side of that fear. I know since I've been here, of course, like I said, I was scared to move to us. I was gonna do it anyway, because I just want to experience it. But I know that since I've been here, I've been able to heal from some things as well. St. Louis, if you don't know anything about it, was the number one. I probably still is murder capital of this country, running probably about 20, 30 years straight. So coming here, of course, they have crime. Everybody has crime, but it's not like I hear gunshots every day like I did back at home. I don't see dead bodies outside, all this kind of stuff going on. And like I said, that's been peaceful and a healing for me. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, you never know what that next move can, of course, give you. I'm sure it can be healing for you. It can bring in some fun. It can bring in some new friends and people, support system. You never know. New jobs, new places, new business. You never know. So please go ahead and make that move. I guess I put it that way. I don't even know your girl, but hopefully you'll make that move. I put it that way. So with that, y'all, I know I've been talking for almost about 20 minutes now, and I can keep on talking for hours. So I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here. So like I said, definitely thank you all for who have tuned in tonight, on this particular daily vlog. And like I said, this is all about how moving out of state can, of course, be triggering. So like I said, I had no idea that how it affected me until just this week, until my partner brought it to my attention. And I'm like, oh my God, I hadn't even thought about things like that at all. So I was kind of in a funk and kind of depressed and that kind of thing. And he's like, what is going on? We had, like I said, we had that conversation about that in our relationship and stuff like that. And like I said, he brought these things to light, and I'm like, okay, I understand that. I'm working on them now. I guess to put it that way. He working on some things too. So, but like I said, we all have different things that has happened in our past and different things that we, of course, are triggered from. But like I said, this has definitely been a triggering thing for me, considering the childhood that I had, the constant movement and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, definitely, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And I'm going to say it again, Bridget, if you're still on here, please make that move and let me know when you do it. I guess I put it that way because I definitely want to hear your journey and what's going on. I guess I say that as well. And I will check and see if you have any videos on your YouTube. I don't know if you do or not, but hopefully you're documenting that so we can all see it too. Like I said, I'll definitely get subscribed. So like I said, definitely keep me informed. Because like I said, I love to hear about people's story and overcoming triumph and all that kind of stuff. And let me know, girl. So with that, y'all, peace out. Have a great night. I'll see y'all in the next upcoming daily vlog, probably on tomorrow anyway. So peace out, y'all. Have a good one.